Alright, today we're doing a recap on the Walk Bike Nashville policy ride that we went on Friday. Jacob and I went to that. That was pretty badass. There was one other mayoral candidate there, State Rep John Clemens, who came along for the whole ride, and his staff was great. Talked to them. There was also the mayor, who's running again, was there at the very beginning to make a speech. He spent most of his speech time apologizing for the lack of improvements that Nashville has seen in the last year, which was an interesting way to spend his time. But before his speech, I tried to get a picture with him. As the mayor, I am a constituent. I live here in Davidson County. He shrugged me off, told me that no, he would not be taking a picture with me, but he did so in a rather brusque manner. That kind of it seemed like even some of his older supporters that were next to us, they were taken aback by it. And even his staff seemed to be kind of confused by his reluctance to take a picture, his hesitance, and his resistance. So I've kind of tried to brush it off, but I went to a thing on Monday morning, which was at the property assessors, and that was a very good and informative thing. Saw two other candidates there that discuss the situation. So now we have a thing where instead of Mayor Briley just taking a picture and being nice about it, he comes up with some kind of BS lame excuse and a new policy that where he doesn't take pictures with other mayoral candidates, but he did so in such a manner that one of the other council candidates said it just made everything awkward. So that, I think the take-home lesson there is take pictures with people when they ask you to, because otherwise, instead of having 4 seconds for a picture, now it's 4, 5, 6, 7 days later, we're still talking about a very awkward personal interaction that demonstrates a lack of social intelligence that has kind of created more of a discussion than just taking the picture. So that's at least one way where we could continue to increase the pressure here as we walk and bike in Nashville and try to expand the field, expand the conversation, expand the discussion, and show that political interaction can happen on all fronts, not just with your mayor, but maybe with council people, and maybe you could get involved too, and maybe you could be the person that agrees to take a picture when you get elected.
So last week when we went to the Walk Bike Nashville thing, we came with our bikes. Unfortunately, mine got a flat during it, so I was actually saved by a lift scooter, which currently Mayor Briley is trying to ban in Nashville. Before we went on the ride, though, Mayor Briley was giving a speech, and before he went up to give a speech, me and John went up because we wanted to get a picture with him. We're trying to do that with every mayoral candidate, and he said, and I quote, "No," and walked away, making his workers gasp, including a couple of older women who were talking to him at the time. And I believe people around us were kind of shocked and felt very awkward about that. I know that we did.